going to introduce you to another guy here. We call them generals, those who graduate from our program. They go from lieutenant at 4 weeks to captain at 8 weeks and generals at 12 weeks. John has been a hard working general. He's on the verge of leaving on his mission soon, and he's really fun to talk to. So we wanted someone to be here that's before their mission, you can kind of get an idea of what this stuff does. He came to us as normal with this seeds of greatness, this awesomeness, and as we pull all the crud off of him, this is what you get, okay? So talk just a second, John, about what you learned through Sons of Helaman, okay? Try to be close to like 5 minutes or so. Good luck with that. I know.
I will give you time when you have 2 minutes left, and then I'll cut you off. Talk about it.
And he may be one that you want to ask some questions to either, and he'll be here for a little bit after or during the break as well if you want to talk to him. Go ahead, John.
All right. Good morning, everybody. So let's start at the beginning. I was in eighth grade, the spring of 8th grade. I developed this problem. I was being attacked by Satan a lot. I thought I was a pretty good kid. I tried to do my best, read my scriptures, say my prayers, going on a mission, like just thought I was a pretty good kid. But I remember one day I was like, life is good. I wouldn't have it change. And I became really complacent in my life. Not even like 6 months later, a year later, this problem started occurring. I didn't struggle too much with pornography. It was kind of a side dish. I struggled mostly with masturbation, and it was so hard. It wasn't a topic talked about in my house, and I don't know if it's talked about in your house a lot, but pornography is the big one. Don't do pornography, and masturbation is the side dish usually. And this is how it was in my house. I didn't have any, I first discovered it and I'm like, is this even bad? I had that confusion in my head. And so, like I said, I thought I was a pretty good kid. I was struggling with, is this bad? Is this good? And deep down, I knew it was bad, but I was embarrassed by it and I didn't want to tell my parents. And so I struggled with it. For about a year and a half. And then one of the bishoprics, they pulled me in to give me a calling. They're like, hey, will you be can you be a secretary in the priest corps? Skip some years. So he was like, can you be a secretary in the priest corps? And I'm a pretty honest person. And I looked at him and said, no, I have a masturbation problem. And he was like, oh, all right, wasn't expecting that. He was like, but let's set an appointment up with the bishop and we'll get things straightened out. So I talked with my bishop. We set up an appointment, talked with him, and he was like, he was just called in. So it was like he had been in the priest corps, and so we knew each other pretty well. So that was a huge blessing in my life. And so we talked, and he set up an accountability system. I still didn't want to tell my parents because I was just embarrassed. I just flat out embarrassed, and the shame that came into play. So I set up an accountability system with my bishop. We emailed, we texted, we talked Sunday after Sunday. I'm still having this problem. We talked about honeymoon effect. That's where I'd go youth conference, and then I'd be good for 2 weeks. But then that spirituality would just kind of fade out. And so he from the very beginning, he was like, have you ever heard of Sons of Helaman? I'm like, no. He's like, it's group therapy. I'm like, other people with this problem? I thought they were crazy people, like the druggies and this and that. And I'm like, I'm not one of those people. And I'm like, that's not for me. And so through time, it became just such a problem. Just talking with my bishop wasn't working. So I'm like, something has got to change. And so I was like, all right, I don't want to do group therapy, but they've got this text coaching that I'll do. It's basically anonymous. Here's my name, text me every day. And so I tried that, and I got to 89% 90, 80 days, about to where I was a general. But they were, I mean, I wasn't a true general. Like, I didn't know what the standard was. And so it was just kind of like, yeah, I'm a general. Like, I don't really know how to fight this, but it's kind of working. Then I lost, sadly, but it was the best thing that could have happened, because at that point, I was like, this is not working. Text coaching is not working for me. It works for some people. It does not work for me. And I was actually the one telling my mom. I was like, Mom, we need to get me into Sons of Helaman. I want to do group therapy. I need this. I hate this in my life. I feel so down. I'm a happy person. Like, and when I have this addiction, I cannot be a happy person. And so for, I want to say about 2 months, I kept on prodding my mom. I'm like, Mom, can we go in? Can we talk to Maurice? Can we? And so she was exploring the options. She looked at this group and that group, and then finally she was like, all right, Sons of Helaman looks pretty good. And so then she started looking at therapists. I'm like, Mom, I just want to go in. I just want to start. And so we set up an appointment for the first, it was actually Maurice's first day in 2013, back from holiday break, and 14, 13. Yep. So his first day in 13, and we went in there and we talked to him, and he showed me warrior chemistry, and me and my dad warrior chemistry, and we're just like both bristling on the couch, and he'll talk about that later, but we're just like, this flame inside of ourselves just came alive, and we're like, just something awoke. And I was like, this is good stuff. I've got to have it. And so from then on, I started going. As I went straight through 12 weeks. That was pretty exciting. And so, but like I said, I thought I was a pretty good person before Sons of Helaman. And I was. I went to church every Sunday. I read my scriptures the best. Something I'm always working on. I prayed the best I could. I'm always working on that. But I wasn't a really amazing person. I was deep down. Like Marie said, there was just crap on me. And so what Sons of Helaman has done for me is it has heightened my spiritual acutability. You know what be said? I'm more sensitive to the Spirit. And that's the biggest thing in my life, because right here at 0, I have the Spirit, and I'm like full of it, and I share it with everybody. I mean, I'm walking down the high school halls, senior in high school, just smiling like, hey, everybody, I love you. And it's just, I can't do that at 5. I can't do that at 4. I have to be my best self, or else I'm not satisfied. And it's changed me so much. I went from okay to phenomenal. I am a phenomenon, whatever. So it's just really made me who I need to be for the mission Heavenly Father has in store for me. Just that spiritual acutability has helped me understand my mission in life. I know I have a lot of friends who are, I don't know what I want to do. I want to do this because it makes a lot of money. I want to do this because it makes a lot of money. All right, why don't you love that? Nah, it makes a lot of money. Do something you want to love, or do something you love. And I love helping people, and that's what Sons of Helaman has taught me. Like, I just love coming to the group and being like, hey, you guys, like, you're struggling. Like, let me help you. I've been here. We've all been here. So let's do this together. And so, anything else you want me to cover? So, yeah, it's made me a better self. So